Cari amici sportivi, welcome yet to another edition of the Milan Weekly Podcast. What are we now, Steve? 50, 57, 56?
Something like that.
Here, we're even during international breaks. We talk everything Milan, from Serie A, from Europa League, maybe one day back to the Champions League. And when we're not professionals,
Nor do we pretend to be.
who do you got over there? Who do you got? Milan Club Milanistra.
Milanistra.
Who is that?
From Croatia.
Thank you very much for sending us over our way.
Milanistra.
Very nice. Hold it on top. The microphone's blocking everything over there. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you very much for bringing this. And you got your own t-shirt over there.
Bang.
Paolo Maldini.
Maldini.
Numero 3.
God knows we know we need him.
You think we could call him up right now?
Maybe.
I think it would do. By the way, before we get into it, Steve, you have the Milan Club hat somewhere? Or did you bring the with you?
Yes, of course.
Guys, before we get into the podcast this week, Steve, can you please demonstrate this beautiful hat? Maybe give it a rotation. And guys, December 16th, we're going to be at Southside. Is that Velcro?
Yes, it is.
Guys, just like if it was 1999, Velcro makes it back. Guys, we have about 35 left of these. Our friends at Southside, it's their 10th year this year, doing a toy and food drive for the kids, for Christmas, for people in need. We're going to be there, a toy and food drive, and what we decided to do this year, Steve, for every hat that we sell, all 35 left of them, we paid them, we're going to be upfront, we paid them $15, we're selling them for $20, we've sold so far 4, you know, it's a start, and so far the pot is at $20. And we like to sell as much as we can because our friends there, Dave, Alex, the guys have been there for like 10 years on.
We're going to support.
The day before, they would go to Walmart and they buy for like thousands of groceries. We like to be able to donate that money to them. And, Steve, yesterday, you messaged all of us in the group. And can you just go ahead and explain? Just what do you want to do?
It was like an epiphany.
An epiphany.
It came to me. How can I give back?
Please, yes, please. How can you give back? That's what everybody wants to know.
Easily we can, I'm not a millionaire, but we can easily donate. We can donate toys, which we'll do.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, let's spice it up a bit.
And by spicing it up, guys, this is what he means. This is what he means.
So my ingenious plan is this.
Tell him.
Oh, you want me to tell him?
Yeah, I want you to tell him.
So we want to raise money for the Southside Toy and Food Drive. We will start a page. I think the president is going to take care of that.
He's an accountant.
We'll accept donations. $5, $10, I don't know what the minimum is. If we get to $1,000...
I think it's a bit steep,
$1,000. I will do a Milan Weekly Podcast outside in the Canadian winter cold, shirtless.
You know what scares me, guys? He's serious. He will do it. Sure, I'm not gonna be shirtless. And if you guys look at the old Red Car Weekly, there was a time that he was shirtless, but he wants to do it for charity.
I will do it for charity.
Let's see if we get some comments there on the.
Have a look at these ananases over here.
Well, you're on the keto diet. You're
trying
losing
to
some weight.
I'm trying to slim it up, guys.
That's why you didn't come yesterday to the Survivor Series party. Because there was hot dogs. You wanted to stay away from everything. So, guys, let's see if you... $1,000, Steve will do a podcast live. We'll be filming topless.
No, me. I don't know if you want to do it. I'll do it.
You know what? Let me put it this way. If you get $1,000, I'll go topless. How's
Boom!
that?
Skinny Vinny and Plumpy Steve.
So, guys, this is going on December 16th. So that was our plug-in for this week. And we'd like to take a moment to... by the way, I don't know if we should tell our listeners, but we kind of got scalded from the president last week. We said a few things that we rubbed him the wrong way. And he kind of called us and he's like, we got put in the corner.
It's gonna happen again.
It's definitely gonna happen again, and we want to thank Presidente for actually, guys, this week he actually reached out to Tancredi Palmieri, who has blocked us, by the way. We have no idea why he blocked us, but we were communicating, and unfortunately we couldn't make it happen yesterday, the time difference, but we're looking forward to maybe getting him on maybe sometime soon, because forget the fact, we're Calabres, he's a Sitch. For you non-Italians, they're Sicilian. And there were Milanistas, and he's a snake.
Snake.
But, we like to hear from the guys, so hopefully, guys, we get that soon enough for you. So, let's get right into it. It's international break. And do we have, you know what? We're gonna be discussing, because the Presidente gave us a lot of points this week, right? So let's go into directly the first point. So he's talking about the reverse of curse point.
And remember, please read it in full.
No,
Read the point in full.
Before we get into the curse, Maurizio from Milan Club Toronto, he was telling me about the curse, and he sent me a picture, and the curse is just like Steve back in the early 90s. When Papa Shango came in the WWF at the time, and he put a curse on the Ultimate Warrior, and the Ultimate Warrior was sick and he was puking. This is what's happening to Milan right now.
Green, no?
You do remember. You see, guys, he's watching. So now we need to reverse that curse. And no, Maritz, I don't think Papa Shango is gonna give us some help there. But he was. We polled our Twitter followers and asked them what Milan should do to reverse the curse of injuries. And option 1 was the exorcism. No, option 2, the nonno malocchio. Nonna vera, mamma vera. The Pope to visit Milanello, and here are the results. And he gave us a link, guys. We're gonna click right over here. We're gonna click, and it's asking me to log in. What was that? I think it was the
Pope.
The Pope. Now, Steve, I know you and the Pope, you're close.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you tried to reach out to him, but in this right now, in the situation that we are, on his question on a serious note, do you think that this is just bad luck, or should the heads start rolling at Milan, start replacing the trainers and conditioning coaches? Guys, the
it's really hard. It's a hard conversation.
But Steve, let's put it this way. This is nothing, maybe not to this extent, but this is nothing new to Milan with the injuries. The common denominator, is it not Milan Labs? But then is it hard to believe, because we never had this kind of problem? So
well, Milan Labs, ladies and gentlemen, Milan Labs left when Ancelotti left. We don't have that anymore.
It's over.
If we thought that the club was pulling the strings and tightening up the budget on the players, well, you could just imagine they were tightening up in other areas of the business as well. So it seems like the medical technology that we were running with before is not there anymore. But guys, all these injuries, calf, polpaccio, I'm fed up of hearing polpaccio. I can't hear it anymore.
Everybody's getting hit.
How many people can get hurt on their calf? The thing is that you cannot foresee a calf muscle problem. You cannot, you're going to pull a muscle or you're going to tear, in Caldera's situation. It's going to tear, guys. It's not something, they don't go through body x-rays and say, oh, this week you might pull your polpaccio. No. Or you might get hurt on your elbow, or you might have a knee problem and then be out again. We did it again. Biglia was 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 months.
Yeah.
Bonaventura, knee problem.
2
weeks, 4 weeks, 4 months, out for the rest of the season.
Probably. And even the Musacchio, when he got, maybe he's gonna be out for 2 weeks, 3,
How did Musacchio get knocked out, unconscious,
by guessing,
but yet pull his polpaccio?
That's a fine question. Maybe do we have any listeners that are maybe medical doctors?
Yeah.
Who knows? We should ask them. But guys, even Çalhanoğlu coming back from his international break with Turkey, supposedly a foot problem.
Hakan. This is what pisses me off.
What?
You have a foot problem. You get called up to the national team. At a certain point, it's time to say no.
How can you say no to your own
I know, I understand, but it's at a certain time. There's too many games, guys. That's the problem. You could look at Milan Labs. You could look at the players. You could say the players are not tough. These guys are pulling muscles. Pulling muscles is you're being overworked, and your muscles are not being able to restrain. They're not able to keep up.
And what it comes down to, guys, is that this is the time, and there were talks about trying Leonardo getting these svincolati, guys that still have no contracts. I saw an article on
Gary
Pogba's-
Cahill.
but-
Gary Cahill.
I'm not. Gary Cahill, I will take him right
Ma
away,
per
but
favor,
Pogba's
per-
brother that still hasn't have a team, please. But Steve, I
I
don't
don't
know.
want to
I
see
don't
Gary
know.
Cahill in my team.
Why
I don't
not?
want to see Gary Cahill in my team. No.
You wouldn't take Gary Cahill.
I'd rather play someone from the Primavera than Gary Cahill.
at this point. So what?
Chelsea offered him to everybody. Everybody. You name it, they offered it. Olympiacos offered it.
Okay, so right now, you're in fourth, fifth spot. You wanna take that chance for the next 7 to 8 games. You want to get a Gary Cahill that has at least.
We
that
took
is
a chance on Donnarumma. Boom.
Point number two. Scaroni on Scudetto versus champions. Milan president Scaroni said the following in an interview with Gazzetta dello Sport. I love the way he puts in brackets.
Yeah, just in case.
By the
Of
way,
course.
before, you know what we completely forgot, Steve? We got into the presidential points without you putting us in. Paint us a picture. What was the president doing this week during international break? Nonetheless, is he okay? So we were in the cabin last week, right?
Yeah.
Then there was some times that he was on his maroon sofa, plastified.
Yes, of
obviously.
course.
Anything coming to mind right now? Can you paint us a picture of how o Presidente was, or maybe you want to leave it for a bit later?
No, Presidente. I could put it this week is a beautiful week for Presidente and his presidential points.
Don't offend him because he's gonna tell us off again.
No, but that's okay. I'm here to offend. This week, guys, I'll paint you the picture. He takes his Chevrolet Cutlass Supreme,
A fine car.
mint green, drives it up to, nonetheless, whatever Italian grocery store exists in LaSalle. We're not even sure if LaSalle is Italian. Here would be Intermarché. I don't know what their equivalent is.
Or it would go to Dante's on St. Lawrence. It's still open.
No,
Milano's. Yeah.
He cannot go. He cannot venture past that circumference.
Okay, that's true.
First lady has him on GPS. She follows his Google security.
So he's probably going to a local Intermarché.
Yeah, local Intermarché or local grocery store.
He's touching all the fruits when he's
Guaranteed
there, right?
he gets his carrozza, even though he's gonna only get 2-3 items. He still needs the carrozza.
Takes
And
the
he's
cart.
strolling around and he passes the fruit and he touches the fruit. He touches the grapes. He sees the grapes. Is what the first lady said. Buy some grapes. He has the bag of grapes. Checks them underneath to make sure there's no fracch the grapes. And then pulls out the frached ones, puts back the other ones.
He's
from
that
the
guy,
good.
right?
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah, he
He's
opens
that
up
guy.
the bag.
He's
But-
the one who mixes all the apples, Gala and Granny Smith, even though they're not the same price, to try to pass
And then when
them.
he gets to the cash, he pretends he has no idea what's going on,
No,
right?
the cash is a different story. They charge him for bags. Presidente doesn't pay for bags. He doesn't pay for bags. He asks for a box.
He's the
Once
guy.
he puts all those stuff, for sure he has sardines in there. Presidente eats sardines.
Yeah.
He has he has the trio pack beef, beef, veal, and pork.
Yeah. Okay.
That's to make it porpette.
Okay.
Doesn't buy grated bread because he grates his own bread.
Obviously.
He's the presidente. We're not paying for bread.
No. Let's get serious. So this is as he's walking out with this box of goodies. These are where the presidential points come to him.
Yeah.
And that's where he has to make sure he parks the Cutlass Supreme.
Yes, it's parked.
Takes out la matita,
Yeah.
the pencil. Guys, not a pen, the pencil, right?
Just in case he has to erase.
He got the spiral notebook, and he starts writing down, which takes us to point number 2. So we're saying that Milan president Scaroni said the following in an interview: "It is quite an accomplishment for Juventus to win 7 Scudettis in a row. However, the domestic titles are losing relevance in comparison to European ones.
Ooh.
It is for this reason I would rather have Milan qualify for Champions League 3 years in a row instead of winning the Scudetto."
Oh.
Question: would you rather have Milan qualify for Champions 3 seasons in a row, finishing between 2nd and 4th, or win the Scudetto instead of not qualified for the other 2 years? I'd take the Champions League, Steve.
I take the Champions League.
You
I
know.
take the Champions League because I want to be the next Italian team to win the Champions.
And in the end, we're not. We have 18 titles so far, but we're recognized for our Champions League, and it's like, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Juventus, which will probably win their 8 Scudettos, guys. You know what? It hurts to say us as much as you guys are listening to
It
this,
disgusts me to say.
but just like Rangers that won what 100 and over 100 domestic titles, guys,
They have 10 stars.
you can win all the domestic titles that you want, but in the end, you will be judged, and you will be judged, and how can I say this? You guys will be judged
Just
by
say
your,
it, my brother. Just
by
say
your
it.
international trophies. You can win as much as Serie A. So no, obviously I would like to win and 19 Scudetto. But guys, if we keep on winning Scudetto, but you don't make Champions League and you don't get far in Champions League, Juventus in these last 7 years, guys, what are they remembered for? The 7 Champions Leagues, or how many finals did they lose? And this is not a
7 Scudetti, not Champions League.
Scusate. No, I'm saying sorry.
We have 7 Champions League.
But not, and I'm not taking a jab at their 7 Scudettis, but does anybody talk about that? Or are they talking about they lost this final year, the Madrid and this?
They lost
Guys,
2 finals in a row.
in the end, no, whether it's right or wrong, but this is the way you're gonna be judged. So yeah, 100%.
But let's face it, they won 7 Scudetti when not everybody was strong. And good on them. They took advantage of the 2 Milans being in shambles.
Yeah.
Roma and Napoli is just not for them.
No,
Face it. No offense to any Roma and Napoli fans. You guys cannot hate me because in 7 years you've won jack shit.
You had the opportunity.
You had the opportunity and you won jack shit.
You had the opportunity because we gave you the
Cockball.
opportunity.
Nothing.
Not
Zero.
just Milan, the Inters, the Napolis, the Romas.
You guys
everything.
won balls. Balls. Big, fat, hairy balls. That's what you guys won.
And Juventus kept on reinforcing. Big fat hairy balls.
They won nothing. Big, fat, hairy balls.
But I'm not okay.
Yeah.
So in
and
the
they're
end,
gonna say, "Oh, but we broke our point
100
totals
points
7
and so,
times." You won balls. Let me see what you won. Balls. Nothing. Zero.
it's just like those years that even let's say the Ferrari used to win every single race and everybody was far behind. In the end, it's like you could be number 1 all those years, but if you have no competition, and Serie A has no competition so far. And again, we go back to the point number 1 with the injuries. This is going to be a trying month, guys, especially the month.
Big game against Lazio, guys. Let's face it. It's a big game. We have to take points away from there and weather this storm. But the schedule go up until 2018. I'm not gonna say it's easy because we have too many injuries, to be very honest with you. But they have to come out with the maximum amount of points, positive points. Look, Gattuso's gonna have to use a bit of imagination. We said it from the beginning. He has players to rotate. He was gonna have to use his imagination. He wasn't inclined to do it. He was sticking with the 4-4-3. He magically went to the 4-4-2 because yours truly told him to go to the 4-4-2. But now, I don't even think we have players for the 4-4-2 anymore.
Definitely, I have no idea who's going to show up on that game against Lazio, but crossing our fingers, guys. And,
we have to show up. We have to show up. We have to win. We have to win.
And right now,
we have to win.
For any of you guys that just listen to the podcast, if you would be watching on YouTube, you see I'd be crossing my fingers. That's for all you guys that don't know about the YouTube channel. You guys can watch us live in glorious high definition and in living color.
Yeah.
Guys, point number 4. Point number 3. Bakayoko interview. Bakayoko was interviewed by Milan TV and was asked, if you could steal a quality from your teammates, what would it be? He replied, Higuain's mentality and Hakan's ability to kick the ball.
Balls.
Question, if you had magic powers, would you choose the same, or are these attributes or of other teammates you would like to instill in Bakayoko?
Okay, hold on. Before I make fun of him, was that question saying which attributes would he steal from his teammates or from any other player on the planet?
Teammates.
I apologize.
Okay. So,
Again.
if you would you choose the same for Bakayoko?
I don't want nothing from Hakan.
We've been
honest with you.
we've been
I don't want nothing. Zero.
we've been very very critical on Bakayoko, but the last 3 games, okay, been doing a lot better. 3 or 4 games doing a lot better now. We can say he's been doing a lot better, and on the other side, he's been playing average, right? He's been doing his job.
Yeah.
So, guys, remember, this guy's like, what do they want? 35 million?
Yeah.
Even
Too
now,
expensive.
guys, would
Too
you pay
expensive.
35 million? I wouldn't
No.
pay 35 million euros for
No.
this guy.
I'm
So,
sorry.
let's talk about. Let's not talk about this question. Let's just talk about
No, I
Bakayoko.
want to know which talents you would steal from and from who.
Fabio Borini.
We don't want nothing from Borina.
I would like Bakayoko to
Not
have
even his stupid hair.
No, I would like him to take his jack of all trades attributes. Put him anywhere, he can do the job. That's my answer.
I'll give you that. I'll give you
thank you. Thank you very much. And you, which attribute from any other Milan player would you give Bakayoko?
I would take Higuain's finishing.
What?
And I would take, to be very honest, Joe, it's very tough. I would take, you know what he would need? He would need BDS patience.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's
that would make him a fantastic player. Mind you, the finishing, no, because he's a midfielder, but at least to get a shot on target.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Higuain's on target. He gets the, even the penalty shot. Let's face it, guys. He was on target. Schnezni, whatever, Schnatzny.
What's his name?
Schnatzny.
Schnatzny, yes.
Schnezni, he made a save. So,
by the way, on a side note, I was watching a bit of the Italy game, and I don't wanna. Oh, you're sitting down? Yes, he's sitting down. Donnarumma, every time he got the ball, he looked calm.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. It's like smashing everything. I watched the Italy game too. And they look good.
They look good.
We didn't score a goal.
We took it down.
We can't buy a goddamn goal.
We took it down in the second half. But Donnarumma was like, he's taking the ball. Okay, let me pass it over here. Let me pass it over there.
Portugal wasn't interested in this game.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they were. We had way too many chances in the first half. They could have won on that one there.
You know what? Ciro Immobile, I tipped my hat to him and said, yeah, goal scorer. As soon as he puts on a darker shade of blue, no good.
Darker shade of blue. I like that. Punto numero 4.
We'll get back to Italy later on.
Yeah,
everybody who's listening in their car, we'll get back to Italy.
Okay. Meeting with Raiola. There was a meeting.
Here, there's spruits flying everywhere.
I'm trying to keep it nice and...
He tries to keep the studio fresh. I have this like potpourri shit in my face.
It's for the ladies.
Yeah, it's for the ladies.
There was a meeting between Mino Raiola and Milan lasted over 4 hours according to Sky. Topics discussed were Zlatan, Bonaventura, and some other transfer talks with
pizza fucking toppings. That's what they were talking about.
With Milan not negotiating from a position of strength, is it better to stay away from Raiola, or do you think he can actually help Milan out? This is, guys, where you put your business hat on, and Raiola is special. We've not been the biggest fans of him, but in the end, this ain't about Raiola, this ain't about Ibrahimovic, this ain't about Bonaventura, this is about making the team better. Can Raiola help? I think it would be stupid to say no. Raiola is, he's still like, not as an interista, but he's still a snake. You gotta watch him because all the moves that he's gonna make is gonna be for his own benefit.
His own benefit.
Right?
He wants commission. That's what he wants.
So, Bonaventura maybe for a signing, but guys, Ibrahimovic,
Bonaventura to extend his contract. But now, the cards are off the table because he's gone for the season. So that 4-hour conversation, whether 1 hour was about Bonaventura and 3 hours was about Zlatan, it's Zlatan the conversation. How much is it going to take for Milan to bring Zlatan back? Americans love the show.
Mm-hmm.
They want the show. Everybody's saying, yeah, bring me back Pato, bring me back this. It's Zlatan. They want Zlatan. At 30 whatever years old he
37.
is. He's not 37 physically. Yes, he unfortunately got his worst injury in the stupid Premiership. Mm-hmm. Surprise, surprise. But the guy's a freak of nature. He's a mecca. He's a show. He has a persona. If he could spill some of that confidence to some of these guys who look like they lost their dogs, Hakan.
And he's a game changer, guys.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says at 37 years old. He is a game changer. And if he could be now, am I saying that he's always going to be a game changer against the top 7? He set the scene. No, but these lower tier teams where last year we could barely scrape a goal or scrape a win for that matter, that's where he may be able to come in. And again, guys, look at Higuain, right? We discussed him last week. He screwed up. But now he's out for 2 games. Coutron is not 100%. Who's going to play there? Who's going to play? Right?
Castelviejo.
Castillejo. And I'm not saying it's a bad, but he's not a striker.
Borini, striker.
So if it cost us,
Worse than Kevo.
if it cost us a year and a half contract and not like David Beckham, that,
How much money? How much?
give him the money.
How much more stupid money did we spend on dumbass players?
Matri?
Yeah, we gave Juve $12 million for that lump of shit.
And he won a Scudetto while I was paying him.
Yeah. And we loaned him back to Juve for him to win a Scudetto.
While we paid a salary.
While we paid a salary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get me Zlatan.
Get a Zlatan.
So
just
Gianfranco could put back his Zlatan jersey, number 11, because he has to take number 11. Or he steals Hakan's 10. I don't care.
listen to the guy.
That's all my son says. When's Zlatan coming? When's Zlatan coming?
Ibra
The kid is 5. And he knows, well, because I forced it into him.
And I can't wait for his first. Because guys, let's be honest. Like we're talking, guys, he's coming back. There's way too much talk online. Like if he doesn't come back, I think I'll be very surprised. So
Yeah.
we'll see from over there.
I'll be very disappointed too.
Formation versus Lazio is O Presidente's point number 5.
You see that? It's for sure when he was touching Ikaki. Kaki di Vaniglia.
But
he
is
was
he-
touching them. Oh, if they're soft like tits, they're good.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Is he that guy that touches the baguettes? Like 6 of them, but he didn't choose only one, but he puts his hand on all the 6 baguettes? Is he that guy?
No,
he
he's too
goes on top of the
respectful for
bag,
that.
huh?
He's too respectful for that.
But he does change the grapes, though.
Guaranteed.
He opens a Ziploc and he changes
Guaranteed
it. Okay,
change.
President, we're happy that you just touched the top of the baguette and you don't put your hand inside like some people. Point number 5.
Fucking potpourri.
What potpourri? It smells fantastic in here. With 6 regulars out of the lineup, 5 injured and 1 suspension, Gattuso will have to work his magic for the game versus Lazio. What formation would you use and who is your starting 11? At this point, does it really matter, Steve? Like at this point, it's
I
like
don't even know which players are left.
okay. So yeah, you know what? Let's name them off. Who's gonna start? Castillejo's gonna start. Bakayoko's
Well,
gonna
start
start.
from the back. Start from the back because you're confusing me.
Okay, so Zapata,
Donnarumma Nets.
Donnarumma, Zapata, and Simic,
Not 100%. Probably won't play.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Abate.
We don't even know if Calabria is still hurt. Is he hurt, Calabria?
Yeah, he is.
He's hurt. So, yeah, Abate. You have no other choice.
Bakayoko, Montolivo, Bertolacci.
No. I don't know. I have no idea.
Up front,
It looks like it's 3-5-2,
Calhanoglu,
right?
Suso, and Cutrone up front.
If Hakan is still available, we don't know. He's got hurt in his foot in the Turkey game.
So Castillejo, Suso, and I guess Castillejo, Suso, and Cutrone. But then who's Cutrone's replacement?
We're in trouble, guys.
Guys,
We're in trouble.
Guys, we're going to Lazio.
This is not a joke.
This is not easy. It's not that we're gonna have to go to the bar and listen to hey, Forza Lazio. He's the one member and the only member of the
Montreal
Montreal Lazio fan club. We like to rag on him, but he's a good kid. He's a good kid. But
We gotta throw in Laxalt. Gotta throw in some speed. Try some people.
But Laxalt's got to pay for his mistake last game. I'm sorry.
Well, we can't. We're not enough players.
Well, yes. In the end, what I want is like that game against Sassuolo. We had to go with a false 9 with no strikers, and we ended up scoring 4
goals.
That's what we need right now, and put a dagger in Lazio's hopes and dreams for the season.
But Lazio and Sassuolo are 2 different teams, right?
That's true. And we're
Lazio
playing-
has 1 more point than us, and their 2 best players, well, their let's say 2nd best and 3rd best players, are not playing well.
That's true, but then they're playing against us, and all of a sudden, when they play against us, they become
Luis
God knows what.
Alberto and Savic there.
Yeah,
They
maybe.
gotta, if they're gonna get it going this week, we're gonna be in trouble, guys. Manage your expectations, Milan Twitter. Manage your expectations. We're injured. We cannot. Here, this is what it is, guys. I'm gonna be able to in about 4 seconds save everybody the time of tweeting and so on, and Gattuso out and Gattuso this and that. We're 1 point behind Lazio. We have this direct risk. If he plays for a tie, I won't even blame him.
I'd be happy with a tie.
I would be happy with a tie. I wouldn't even blame him. But after that, he has to weather the storm. He has to pick and choose where he wants to go get those points. But he's going to have to be smart about it. Because if we keep on collecting injuries, we don't have enough players, guys. We're not that deep.
And
the depth that we have is not that good.
And with our luck, we have Romagnoli going out. Well, he's not even playing for Milan, and it's like that's the only thing we need. Another injury against Lazio. We got to count our blessings, and obviously we're gonna get together for the game. And comunque sempre always forza Milan, but guys, it's gonna be hard. We're playing Lazio, so.
You see, but that's another thing. Romagnoli went to the national team's retreat and got hurt in practice. Guys, let's face it. Romagnoli was not gonna play that game. Chiellini was gonna get the start because he wanted to make him 100 caps, and Bonucci. That slime,
which we're gonna get into,
was gonna play alongside him.
Yeah.
So Romagnoli going there. Now tell me, he got hurt there. If Milan practices, do you think he gets hurt in practice? I'm pretty sure he's still gonna get hurt. So how can we blame the Milan medical staff?
That's true. That's a fine.
This is just bad luck, guys. It cannot be. And even at that, what are they doing in practice? Like I've seen sometimes tidbits on Milan TV of their practices. It doesn't look like they're drilling them.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going through regular drills that you would do to prepare for games.
Makes sense.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. So, and at that, please, Milan Twitter, manage your expectations, guys. We need to be positive. We need to be behind this team. It's gonna be rough. You heard this episode. You're hearing it in your car. You're hearing it at the gym. You're hearing it while your kids are sleeping, or while your wife is trying to talk to you about what she wants to buy for Christmas online at Amazon Prime. You heard it here. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be not only a tough game. It's going to be a tough month, guys, until we finish Campeonato d'Inverno. So we'll see from over there. Steve, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How many times do you go to KFC in a year?
Maybe once, and I regret it right away. Because of lacto.
What happens after you have KFC?
Burning sensation in the esophagus.
In the esophagus.
The skin, it just propels right in this chest here.
So you have the indigestion.
Indigestion.
So, guys, as we were promoted this segment last week, the indigestion of the week. Now, I'm still gonna mention El Presidente's one because I think it's a bad one.
I know.
But I'm gonna bring our own. And
what a
this
terrible
is a good
one that he picked, though. Huh?
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mention it. We're not gonna talk about it. The indigestion of the week goes to Massimo Brambati, a football TV pundit who claimed Higuain is unhappy and wants to leave Milan based on the discussion he had with Higuain's brother Nicholas. Nicholas replied in a tweet, "I'm sorry, Mr. Brambati, we never met. We don't know each other, so please do not tell lies regarding myself and my brother." So, Marcel, we said it.
We said it.
First of all,
I can't believe we gave that guy 2 minutes of our time.
Who's Brambati?
Don't know. But
the indigestion...
Especially that he spread false rumors.
He did fake news. The indigestion of the week, I believe, I think we speak for every Milanistas. Imbeciles' mothers are always pregnant.
What a stupid remark.
What a loser. First of all, excuse me. Now, do I blame him for speaking from his heart? Yes. Why? Because you could have came out and said, first of all, Signor Bonucci, for what you did, right? If you thought people weren't gonna boo you, you're stupid. Yeah. That's the first thing.
Stupid.
You could have came out and said, I understand, right? For what I've done, it's totally... let me win them back with a goal. Maybe one day they will forgive me. You would have came out as a professional, even though you felt like, look at these idiots, they're imbeciles, which I totally get, maybe your personal feelings, but seriously? You don't think they were going to cheer? Yay, Bonucci, we love
But he's
you.
obviously dumb. He's obviously dumb.
Why would he say something like that?
It's not only that, is that let's rewind a bit to, if I'm not mistaken, 2 weeks ago or a week ago, we had a Manchester United-Juventus game where Mourinho held up the number 3.
And he was trying to, hello?
Yeah, and he was like, I can't hear you and I can't hear you. Who went to Mourinho and said, the fans need to be respected, whether they boo you or whether they cheer you or whether they whistle
Let
you.
me guess. Was that Mr. Bonucci?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
How? I don't even know what to say about this. When I saw it, I was like, I had to play it again to make sure that no one dubbed his voice. And then when it was really him, it was like, how could you be such a slime and so dumb at the same time? Because you left Juve, you made a hissy fit at Juve.
Let me go spostiamo l'equilibrio when
Exactly.
he left, right?
Milan comes and they take you, which I like the buy, and I like him as a player when he shuts up and plays.
Now,
And he was at Milan, and he played, and then he started to huff and puff. I was like, you know what? It's a tough thing. He's not used to it. He's gonna get used to it. Then he started to become a little bit of a baby, where the murmurs started to happen in the transfer window, where maybe I'm not happy. Maybe I'm gonna go to PSG. Go wherever you want now. Go wherever you want, you mercenary. Other people have done it. Zlatan did it.
Yeah.
Never complained. He got whistled. He got booed by Milan fans. He got booed by Inter fans. He got booed by Juve fans. He got booed everywhere. Never said something stupid like that.
but he never shit on his ex-teams, though.
No.
Right? So, in the end, now guys, not to think that we don't call it straight down the middle. We shit on Higuain for letting his emotion show last week with reason. Bonucci, you let your emotion show once again, and we're not debating the fact that you let
He
your emotion
thought he
show.
was gonna get a free pass because he's wearing the Azzurri jersey.
And no, it ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna work, buddy.
You are a professional player. You should have kept your personal feelings aside, right? And if you would have, guys, imagine if you would have come out like that and say, I totally get them. They've paid their money. They can do whatever they want, right? Just, and say, I would like to maybe one day win back their respect, not their love, their respect by maybe giving a victory to the Azzurri. I mean, even I would have respected something like that.
Exactly.
No, you're an idiot. And I'm sorry, Presidente. Not that you had a bad... Yeah, it was a bad indigestion
Bad
of the week.
indigestion.
This was the best indigestion of the week. And I would have liked to ask Palmieri, Tancredi on that one there. But anyways. So that was... Do you have any other indigestions of the week? Or are you good with Bonucci? I think he tops it all.
Indigestion of the week for me as well is Italy not being able to score. I have to admit, I really liked their game. I really liked their pressing. They really took it to Portugal. Verratti, Jorginho, fantastic.
Especially the first half.
Barella, super impressed by Barella. Bonucci was bad, to be very honest with you. He wasn't that great.
No.
Chiellini bailed them out again. The backs looked lively. Florenzi was good. But guys, it's again, how could it be that our national team doesn't have a number 9? We've passed so many number 9s, guys, that they were, please. I can't believe that Ciro Immobile didn't score at least one goal.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, he had so many chances.
Insigne again, guys. Insigne has to let everybody know in Italy, does he want to be a 10 or does he want to be a 24?
And we'll see what they do against I believe it's the States. You know what? Give the no names. Well, in reality, we do have a team with no names, but see what comes up from over there. But again, guys, this is a rebuilding.
Please do me a favor. Don't play any Milan players, please.
No, please.
There's none left.
There's none left. What did the Presidente have as the Brioski of the week, guys? So the Brioski makes you feel better. You put an. It's like, back in the day when your mom...
They know what it does. They know what it does.
What if there's people from Indonesia that never had brioche? Did you ever think about that?
They're going to Google it. That guy pissed in his pants.
So, is brioche of the week is kudos to Lega Serie A and Serie B, who participated in the events to collect donated books in various stadiums and also raise funds to provide new books to various schools and libraries. Close to 200 books we donated over... Where does he get this information?
I have no idea. This is just... When I read it, I was like, wow. That's
President, So close to 200,000 books were donated and over 100,000 new books were distributed, which is a fantastic, right, action from Serie A and Serie B. But did you read anything like this week?
No, I don't know where he got this, but that's a great thing. But I bet you no one did a broadcast outside in the freezing cold with no shirt on.
So there's your Brioski of the week, guys. We haven't told Presidente yet, but he's gonna have to come up with some sort of GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
And I said, if we reach 1,000, yeah, I'll take out this Macho Man T-shirt. We'll go outside, and guys, remember, we're gonna actually. You know what? How about if we do reach it? It's on December 16th, the Towing Food Drive. We could do it live. Towing Food Drive outside, shirtless. How long would this podcast be if we do it shirtless?
Traditional 40 to 45 minutes of true love.
Can we discuss this off?
No,
off air?
that's what it's gonna be. It's one full podcast of the Milan Weekly Podcast. I will do it shirtless, whether you're in or not. We might even put the tape on the nipples.
No, I already said I am a man of my word. If I said you'd reach $1,000 for the needy people in Christmas time, I'll definitely take off my shirt.
$1,000, people. $1,000.
I'm just a bit more pale than you. That's
We'll probably entice businesses. If you're a business and you donate more than $50, we'll say your name on the air.
To our thousands and millions and millions of viewers. And guys, we've been running for about 42 minutes now, and hopefully we get Palmieri next week. Climate control. Guys, I really, first of all, would like to thank everybody. I can't name their names right now, but you guys sent me some pictures from the iTunes 5-star ratings and people just writing down comments. And guys, it's really humbling. You know, we always joke around here. It's like the thousands and the we got I think through all platforms, Steve, we got about 1,000 listens a week, and it truly feels great. Feels great to have people recognize you. It's like, oh, it's the guy from the Milan Weekly Podcast, some guys that recognize us from the Red Car Weekly days. It's really something. It's awesome. We're having like Milan Club New York or retweet you will say, oh, thanks for Steve for wearing our scarf last week. It really is appreciated very much. Going from reading stories from the Milan Club Dublin guys, like the first one they reached out to us, or seeing Mike doing that bingo game, going from our Facebook page, people commenting on the YouTube videos, people following us. It's really humbling, and we truly do appreciate it.
Even interactions on Twitter, the Twitter machine, always great.
Do we have any? We haven't done social media lounge in a while. Do we have a couple of minutes?
We kind of put it at the Brioshki
Tapiwa, I see him many times. He's
this guy's the best. I don't know. I think he's from. Let's check.
Where's Tapiwa from? He's it doesn't say. Tapiwa Musa, can you let us know where you're from?
He has the flag there. But we don't know the flag there.
We don't know. Madridista? Oh, maybe? No, what is
Madridista.
Oh my god. He's a Real Madrid fan?
Oh my god. Wow.
We still appreciate it, but it's definitely a great feeling to see people enjoying.
Michael's always interacting with us.
Yeah? He's on the Twitter machine all the time.
Michael's the best.
We also want to give a shout out to over there.
Lenny.
He's
always making fun of us.
Lenny's always making fun of us.
Always.
I gotta get back onto the Twitter machine and figure out from over
Tipo Cutrone.
We like to always...
the Toronto guys, the New York guys, everybody. All the clubs, it's amazing. This is why we do it.
And I like the way, did you see Francis, that snake that had to
Sabrina,
text us?
we have to say hi to Sabrina.
Who's Sabrina?
Sabrina.
Who's Sabrina?
She's right here. Sabrina.
Oh, hello Sabrina. She's whose wife?
I don't know. But she
always... Oh, she's Milan Club Philly, okay.
Yeah.
But did you see Francis that had to send us a personal text message? Guys... you said that, I don't tweet, but look what I wrote down. He had to validate. He had to validate himself.
He wanted a public apology.
We're
going to give it to him never.
Francis. You know what, Francis? I'm going to call him out right now. You got the balls to show up next week at my house, right? We'll get you on and we'll do it old school style, right? I'm sure my friend Carl Dealey was going to have a field day. But we'll put you back on and we're going to make you sit in the middle. How's that?
Yeah, in the middle.
In the middle. Guys... Again, many thanks to everybody listening through all platforms, watching us on YouTube. We truly, truly appreciate it. Steve, any closing words?
Yeah. So for any Juventini or Romanisti or Napoli fans who I constantly hear about, the J Stadium, what an atmosphere, and the San Paulo, it's a great place to play, and Olimpico, guys, after the Italy game, 73,000 people were there for the Italy game. I got shivers. There is no better place for a big event in Italy than the San Siro. No
Don't
better
think it
place.
bad. Don't think it bad, guys.
Don't think
It's 70,000.
Fantastic what you did with the J Stadium, all new and high tech,
Yeah.
but no.
40,000 is 40,000.
No.
70,000 is
Olympico,
70,000.
no.
You're
San
too
Paolo,
far. Olympico, you're too far. You're too far. And at least that's your claim to fame. At least
Is Olympico ever going to take away that track?
until they move. Did they announce that stadium? They said they were going to build it, no? Scusate.
Well, they're going to build it until they find like a dog bone or something, and then they're going to be they're going to be contaminated for like 12
We're
years.
going to close off everything from over there. But yeah, San Siro, guys, is San Siro. And I know Milan and Inter, they're getting together to renovate. And
Yeah,
this and
I'm
that.
just a bit worried on what they're going to do exactly to renovate it. It seems like they want to take out one of the Anellos to make it, let's say, 60,000.
Let's not judge.
We're
Let's
not gonna
not judge
till it's
before
done.
they
But yes, this is what had to be done. We spoke with Nima a couple of times. We all agreed this had to be done.
That's Snake Nima. Maybe we should get him back on. Imagine we had Nima and Francis at the
For
same
sure,
time.
he's the best looking Swedish guy we know.
Yeah, Francis is like way, way far behind that. Carlo's way far behind from over there. So, guys, we'll catch you next week. Don't forget, hats, reach out to us. Marcello, you got to come up with a GoFundMe page because me and Steve are getting topless. And, comunque
This is for a good cause, guys. Forza Milan!
Ciao.